So what does a cranial sacral therapist do when their child hits their face on the pavement? You might want to know this. So this little lady fell on the pavement when she was running about a month ago, and she hit her chin, which was on this side. So she had an abrasion over here. So when you hit your face here, I'll show you on this side, it's going to take that translation of that force all the way to the back of here. So over the area where the injury happened and across the forehead, where the limbic system is, the limbic system has to do with fight or flight response. So you can even just hook that up, placing a hand here and one hand where the injury happened. It's called neurofascial process. You're just going to let that tissue talk to itself back and forth. The longer that you do this, you'll start to feel all the pressure changes that happen because of this. So let's say your child is sleeping and you can do this hold for about, 5-10 minutes.
Or 30.
Or 30. You could, if they would let you. This little lady doesn't do that great a job letting me hold it for 30. And then you're going to take your other hand back to where that force went, all the way back to the cranial base, brainstem, right where the vagus is, the ear gets jostled, and you can do the same thing. Hold the frontal part of the bone, the frontal bone, and get that to connect. You can do that passively, just an energetic connection, which does the trick. You can also take that and take your other hand down on the heart and the diaphragm. Kids, you can get a lot of real estate just with one hold. So you can hold the cranial base to the heart. Oh. And you can do that for a good 10 minutes, right? Because that tissue will go into shock. Another place where we hold shock is the diaphragm, the respiratory diaphragm. So if you hold that also for 5 minutes, that will help. To switch hands, to show you, there's also the adrenals, which are going to be under the low back, kind of high, right where the ribs end. So you can think about that like the back of the diaphragm, so you can also hold the diaphragm. So the diaphragm on the front, vagus phrenic, diaphragm, get the wind knocked out of you. Also the back side, which is where the adrenals hang out right at the bottom of those ribs there. Same thing, neurofascial process, a term coined, I believe, by my teacher first, but it's just your hands holding will connect and help the nervous system reconcile that trauma, that charge on the credit card, the nervous system credit card, if you will. 5-10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
Or 30.
5-10 minutes.
30.
Yeah, 30 if they'll let you. So that's just going to help the body process that shock in the system. And the more trained your hands get, the more you'll be able to feel when that tissue actually just like comes back on. Because at first it'll feel like that, where the injury was, and then where the injury went. Right? So that's what I would do if I was you, if your kid fell on their face.
Oh, like
you did.
Hey.
Exactly.